As the NBA season winds into the home stretch, the Milwaukee Bucks are looking to finish off what's been an impressive season. Through 57 games, the Bucks own the NBA's best record at 43-14. They have outscored opponents by 557 points, 152 points more than the next team, the Golden State Warriors. They own the NBA's best defense, the fourth best offense, and best net rating. They also have a superstar in Giannis Antetokounmpo, who might be the frontrunner for MVP, a first-time All-Star in Khris Middleton, and a Coach of the Year candidate in Mike Budenholzer. To Bucks GM Jon Horst, a candidate for Executive of the Year, all of these things are indicators that the Bucks are legitimate contenders. Bucks GM Jon Horst will be an Executive of the Year candidate. Maury Gash, AP speaking to Business Insider from the NBA All-Star Weekend in Charlotte, North Carolina, Horst explained that the Bucks had done historical research on how regular season numbers translate to the playoffs, and it makes them feel good about their team. In terms of regular season performance as an indicator for being a contender, which there's something to that, obviously, our overall win-loss record is a key factor, what your net margin is a key factor, and your offensive rating and defensive rating, those are key metrics, Horst said. And we've tested those throughout history, and they really are good indicators for success and contending. In addition to their standing in those metrics, Horst noted that the Bucks have also beaten the best teams in the NBA. They have wins against the Golden State Warriors, Toronto Raptors, Boston Celtics, Philadelphia 76ers, Houston Rockets, and Denver Nuggets this season. What that tells us is that we are built for a team that can contend. In an era of super teams, the Bucks roster may not jump off the page as much as, say, the Warriors, Thunder, or even the newly stacked 76ers. Middleton has produced an all-star season and is a solid secondary scorer, playmaker, shooter, and defender. The gap between Milwaukee's best player, Antetokounmpo, and its second-best player, Middleton, may be larger than some of the teams above. However, Horst believes there is an optics issue with that. Perhaps the Bucks' role players aren't producing eye-popping stats, but that's the effect of winning. These guys have sacrificed for a style of play to win and to be really good, Horst said. You know, Khris Middleton, on a per 36 minutes basis, is kinda playing like, not a superstar, but definitely like a pretty solid all-star. He is an all-star this year. The guy's playing 31 minutes per game. Well, he's playing 31 minutes a game because we're beating people by double digits every night. And so if Khris were playing 35-36 minutes per game, he might be averaging 24 points per game. If Eric Bledsoe was playing 35-36 minutes, I think Eric could be averaging 20. Regular season success doesn't always translate to the playoffs, and Horst said that the Bucks have a historical hill to climb. Giannis Antetokounmpo and Khris Middleton make a good 1-2 punch. Maury Gash, AP, this team has not won a playoff series in 17 years. This franchise has not won a playoff series in 17 years. Giannis, Khris, and Malcolm Brogdon have never been part of a playoff series win. George Hill, Brook Lopez, some of those guys have won a little bit, but there's a lot of unknown going into the playoffs. So we want to build off of last year. We want to have a first-round playoff series win. And then we want to see what goes on from there. The Bucks have 25 games remaining, including some against fellow opponents in the stacked, top-heavy Eastern Conference. Few people have a gauge on who the best team is in the East. Read more. A frenzied NBA trade deadline has turned the top of the Eastern Conference into one of the most compelling races in the league. To Horst, the Bucks have all the pieces to be the team that makes it out. We're really good. I think we have really talented players that fit a system and fit our superstar, and I think that we have a real chance.